Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been years, I think, years since I've posted. That doesn't mean I haven't been recording things because I have. I just have not put them up yet. But the universe has been nagging me today to put up a video, and it's not going to be a pick a card like my normal ones. I think somebody out there is meant to see this, which is why I'm being called to post. So, we're going to do a quick reading. This is general, timeless reading for whoever is seeing this right now. Um, this one's for you. We'll see why I'm being so called to do your reading after years. So we'll see. All right. I'm going to pull all these cards out first, and then I'll start yapping. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. I think that you've been spending a lot of time on your own lately, trying to kind of get your spark back where you have been feeling just out of touch with reality. You're coming out of that. That was more in the past, but now you're taking the time to actually not be so delusional, delulu, um, and connect back in with yourself and self-reflect. I think that whoever needs to hear this has a lot of inner child healing that needs to be done. And that requires a lot of self-care and compassion. And I think you have been kind of doing that as well. But it's definitely something that's an emotional journey for you here with the moon card. And there's a lot of things that maybe you know the general idea of things, or you don't know exactly all the details. You don't know how to fix it per se in a very deep and detailed way. Because it's something that's emotional for you. I think that maybe there's certain things that in the past you have hoped for and dreamed for, but it was not practical. It was very much like out of touch with your reality, whether that be jobs that you wanted or relationships that you wanted or friendships or if you're looking for a home, buying homes. I'm not sure exactly because again, this is general, but there's something that you really wanted and you didn't get because it was not rooted in reality and it's put you in basically a place that you could have been spiraling and now you're having to actually take time on your own and reflect on why. And I think your goal here should be or is to only accept things that are satisfactory to you. You don't want to take half-assed offers from people or from situations. If it's like a job, you don't want anything half-assed. You want people to actually give you something that is meaningful to you and whether that be materialistic things, like I said, if it's job, career, relationships, bringing something towards you that, you know, is adding to something that you don't have yet, instead of like bringing in stuff that you already have, you could do yourself, that kind of stuff. I just see over the next 2 months that you really need to focus on boundaries, boundaries. Boundaries, 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 the universe is saying, because you have given so much of yourself in the past that you don't know who you are anymore, which is why you're being forced to be kind of on your own right now, doing that self-reflecting and making sure that you're good. But yeah, you're over the next up to 2 months, you're only accepting things that are equal to what you give out because that's exhausting. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't just give and give and give and get nothing back or very little back. Like I mean, sure, for a period of time, but not forever. That's very exhausting. And I think for you, it's hard because you move so slowly towards this, so it feels like there's no progress at all because your growth is slow. That's not meaning that you have no progress. It's just some people grow faster and it's easier to see the very stark differences between where they started and where they are now. And for you, you may feel like kind of hard-headed against doing this work because you feel like you haven't improved at all. or like not much, you have improved. It's just one of those steady improvements, and it does take time, and there's things that are more time consuming to learn than others. And um, as long as you're staying loyal to that cause, and I think a lot of you are, just keep pushing, keep going. It may take time, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. I do see the universe is sending you people and things that are trying to bring peace into your life after this very rocky situation. Um, but I'm also hearing that some of you are not being very quick to accept that. Um, there could be some self-sabotaging behavior where people are coming towards you to try to help you and like help bring peace and calm to your life, and you just, oh no thanks, like I'm good, I can do it by myself. Well, yeah, you could, but also like is that gonna make it more difficult? And if the universe is giving you a helping hand, why the heck aren't you accepting it? Like, So sometimes this comes through people, like, for example, if you're low on money, maybe you might have family members or friends who offer to lend you some money and you say no. Well, why the hell would you do that? The universe is working through them. You're self-sabotaging them yourself. And I think that you're hoping that you can manifest the things that you want, but you're scared you're not manifesting. But the problem is you are manifesting, but manifestations don't always come directly through you. It can come through other people, you know what I mean? So just be a little bit aware of that. Like you don't have to lean so heavily into the defense of I need to only do things by myself. You can accept help, especially when it comes from people that you've given things to in the past. You should be doing that. Of course, have boundaries. Of course, like um, if you're uncomfortable with taking things from other people when they give it to you, maybe set some boundaries and say, okay, like this is like I'm gonna pay you back within this amount of time, or like I don't know, write something up. I don't like, just do something that makes you feel a little bit better having boundaries, but the universe is trying to help you. So, um, take the help. And also, I do see over the next up to 6 months, you are leaving behind a lot of the things that no longer serve you well. Um, and you're gonna have to start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, which is not fun. No human being likes change. They don't like not knowing, but sometimes we need to not know. Um, Sometimes we just don't get to know, and that doesn't mean you're not going to be happy, because you are going to be happy with the sun card here. It's just you need to shut the door on things that you can be a part of, but don't bring you happiness and joy, and don't make you feel like you have a place in this world. So, yeah. That was a little bit saucy. Sorry about that, but I am a very honest reader, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, and the universe is a little bit stern in its energy today, so I'm gonna swing with it because, oh, on the back of the deck you have the Five of Cups. Just because you have trauma from past situations, or you've been disappointed, or you're sad or depressed, or you're grieving, if you have loss, that doesn't mean it won't get better. It doesn't mean it won't get better. So yeah, you will get your shit together. The Emperor card just flipped up here on the top of the deck. You will get things in order. It's just you need to like be more practical about it, and like, but practical doesn't mean stopping because you feel like you absolutely can't achieve that. So you're still allowed to hope and dream, just in a little bit more of a practical realm. But let's see. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for you from the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. And I'm gonna read out of the guidebook for this one. I highly recommend anybody who's a new reader, anybody who's been reading for a long time, to get this deck. It's like all I keep a very good condition of all my decks, but this one's like the most like torn up, and like the book is all kind of bent and stuff because I use it so much. I travel with it. If I'm going to travel, this is the Oracle deck I take because the guidebook is so good. I just love the messages. I love the art. It's very inclusive and stuff like that. So Let's see for you guys, whoever's watching, whoever needs to see this, even if it's just one person. I don't know, it's for you. What you need to know more about this situation, clarifying and expanding. Red, forgive. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. Flower, be honest with yourself. Oh, girl. It's wanting to give me a bunch of once. One at a time, please. Potion, remember to practice self-love and Phoenix. How is that for a happily ever after? So, all right, so we're going to read from the guidebook. You have red, forgive. You've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a loved one or maybe it's yourself. This card isn't one. Oh no. Sorry, dog started barking outside and I got distracted. Okay, this card isn't telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No, forgive them on your own terms, if and when you feel ready to do so. This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red hope that gets you through the sleepless late nights. I really like a lot of the time this forgiveness card is to me when I'm reading it for other people is like forgiving yourself because it can be very difficult to forgive other people, but I tell people like as long as you can forgive yourself starting, like that should be number one, and then you can put your forgiveness wherever else it needs to go, but um starting with yourself. And then we have spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. You've been made to believe that your voice, that your unique point of view in this world isn't worth very much. Let me tell you, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Your words are worth all of the stars in the night sky, so don't forget to sing whenever you have the chance. Your voice is powerful enough to sink a dozen spaceships. Yeah, speak up, speak up. But this also goes right along with that honesty, okay? You need to speak up, but also be honest with yourself. Flower. We do ourselves a major disservice when we aren't truthful with ourselves. There's something that you know to be true, yet you continue to ignore it. Lying to yourself may feel like the easiest thing to do, but things have changed. It's time for you to face reality, even if it makes you uncomfortable. No matter the outcome, it won't be nearly as bad as you think. Yeah, it's like that delving deep. You don't want to look at things because it's emotional, but you have to be honest. Like you have to look at those things because it won't get fixed. And yes, it's moving slow, but that doesn't mean you should quit, you know? And then you have potion. Remember to practice self-love. You're familiar with the concepts of self-love and self-care, but either you've never actively practiced them or there's something that you've fallen behind on. Either way, you should get back on track. Keep yourself maintained in all ways, big or small, and that can mean calling it quits to take a luxurious bath instead, or that can mean putting on a rosewater face mask and getting out your planner so that you can sort out your life before it gets too out of control. Yeah, girl, gender neutral. Get your shit together. You can do it. You need to commit though and put in the work and take the help when peace comes sailing in, take a hold of that. The universe is giving it to you. So do take advantage when it does become available. Being discerning at the same time, of course. Phoenix, how is that for a happily ever after? No matter how hopeless you may be feeling at this moment, know this. You can and will survive whatever trials that you've been put through. From the ashes of the past, you shall create a storybook ending filled with beauty and resilience. All future flames will cower when they hear the whisperings of your name. You have the strength. You have everything that it takes. You just need to open that box and look at it. Look at it, take it out, mull over it, self reflect. I don't know, journal, write things down. Make sure that you are getting that out of your system because you've spent a lot of time up in your head and you're not connected to the ground. And now that you've been kind of thrown to the ground to reality, you're not finding that balance just yet. So work on that. Keep moving forward. And I think there's one more that does want to come out. Sun, paint the sun back into your sky. Back into your sky. Okay. Don't build a home that will come crumbling down if a single person walks out of the front door. When it comes down to it, we can't depend on other people to make us happy, feel happy or fulfilled. The fact is that people are going to leave from time to time, and you're the only one who's guaranteed to stay. Take the time to find sources of joy outside of your loved ones. You deserve happiness that lasts. Period. I think that's very straightforward and clear, which is another reason why I really like this deck. Um, but yeah, this message is not going to be for everyone. Very general. If you're drawn to it, there's probably something in here that you needed to hear, even if not all of it applies to you. But like I said, I haven't recorded or posted a video in like a long, long time. And the universe said, go do it. I do readings for a living, and like, I just don't think to post them online like I used to because it's now my full-time job, whereas before it was something I was like working like 6 jobs part-time in order to make this my business work. So I had a lot more time to like post because it was not something that I was doing. I guess energy. I had a lot more energy to post free things because it was not something that I was doing all the time. Now I am doing it all the time. So, I'm like investing more hobbies in my other hobbies when I have free time and, so. But I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brings some clarity and, you know, some much needed truths that needed to be heard forward into the light for you. And yeah, I'm wishing you guys the best and hopefully I'll start posting more. I can't guarantee that I will, but I would like to. I think that it's something that I need to get back into. And by I think, I mean the universe has been telling me for years to get back into it. I just don't like to listen sometimes. I like to learn the hard way, which is not smart. So don't follow my path. Go and actually listen to what the universe is telling you and have fun because I see a lot of happiness coming for you over the next 6 months, but it comes with leaving behind the old things that no longer serve you well. So the change is needed, but it's good change. And no is a one-word sentence. So I will leave you on that note. So boundaries and have a great day whenever I get this posted. Okay, bye.